Hello everyone, Miss Beth from Vandergrift Public Library here. This week we're going to be discussing the stores and businesses in Vandergrift. This photo here is from the turn of the century, is the Vandergrift freight station and the people that worked unloading the trains and making sure the freight got off, sent off to the right stores and places it needed to go. Another interesting picture of an early car. This is the Mountain Service Station, taken in 1922. It is believed to be at 123A Washington Avenue. The man on the left is William Gert, obviously taken in the winter. This is a photograph of downtown Vandergrift. You can see some of the stores and some people in a cart. Let's see what it says here. Behind the wagon is now Malcolm's, or was Malcolm's, clothing store at 146 Grand Avenue. In 1905, there was a store owned by S.M. McGahey there. The building on the lower side was a drugstore owned by Thomas Murphy. The building on the upper side was Gerner's Ice Cream, Soda Fountain, and Bakery. And that was just one little corner. Here's another picture of an express freight delivery truck. Also, that same gas station can be seen there, the Mountain Gas Station. This is in downtown Vandergrift on Washington Avenue. Now we'll take a walk over here and see some other photos. And like I said, keep noticing all the other things we have to see that you haven't seen yet. We encourage you to come in when we open. Picture of downtown Vandergrift, probably in the 40s, guessing by the cars, with the mysterious cannon in the turnaround at the top of Grand Avenue. See the mill stacks down at the end. Here's a little promotional item from a business in town, J.I. Allen Company, the diamond store. I believe they were kind of like a department store. They sold dry goods and clothing and such. Here we have a picture of Vandergrift Savings and Loan Association. The top of this building is now gone, and it is the Borough Building and the police station. This is the original Vandergrift Post Office. It is John Adams, the mail carrier, Burl Fish Eicher, the clerk, Jesse Nichols, a clerk, and Samuel Hamilton, the postmaster. This post office was at 107 Grant Avenue. Here's a photograph of Frank Paulo Bisacca's store at 313 Linden Street in the 20s, and I'm assuming that is Mr. Bisacca there by his delivery truck. Here's the Shutt building at the corner of Longfellow and Hawthorne Streets in Vandergrift Heights, also dry goods store. Here's a picture of some sort of a parade going on in downtown Vandergrift. You can see over here is what is now PNC Bank. This is Grand Avenue up this way. This is where the Penn Grant Hotel was, no longer there. This is the front of the inn on Sherman Avenue, also known as the Sherman Inn. It was right next to the railroad station, about where the tool and die place is now. Here's a bigger shot of it. As you can see, it was quite a sizable building. Again, sorry about the glares. This is what the building looks like now. This is the Van San, a local restaurant. It was at 138 Columbia Avenue. It's now a parking lot next to what used to be the Upper Bank. This is what is called the Anchor Building, for the anchor on the top of the tower there. You can see it had several businesses there. There were over 100 businesses in Vandergrift in the beginning years of the century. Here's the Kiski Theater on Grand Avenue, now home to Tommy's Catering. This is the corner of Hamilton and Sherman. R.W. Hill Oh, R.W. Phillips Garage and Auto Supply. They supplied cars for funerals, and you could, I'm assuming, rent them if you needed them. Also ambulance service, and it looks like it may be even a hearse there. Here we have Books, Shoes, and Weber's. This would have been about I'm guessing 1950, 51 when we had the big snow. Longfellow Street. B.F. Brosius Stationers, and probably dry goods as well. Here's Longfellow Street. A painting of Longfellow Street in the 40s. This small building here is where the Petrarca's office is. This used to be Julian's drugstore, and this was a fruit market. I believe that's where the ambulance service had their offices. Here's the corner. Just looking down Columbia Avenue. This is where there's attorney's offices here now in a rehabilitation center. If you look closely on this side, there's even a building it's not there yet in that picture. Here's the building today. Another shot of looking down Grand Avenue at a more recent time frame. The stacks are gone, the cannon's gone. Phillips and Andy's Jewelers. See, their sign has eyes on it, an optometrist. Now it is Fitzgerald's Appliances. More photo studio. This building currently houses the Firemen's Club. It's right next to the library building. These gentlemen are going for a sleigh ride. And here's another view of Phillips Brothers Garage. This is at a slightly different location. This one is down on Washington Avenue. In later years, Brock's Motors was located here. They sold Dodge and Plymouth automobiles and were a ticket agent for Edwards bus lines. Here's the corner of Grant and Columbia in 1913. This is Einstein, the clothier, occupied this space. Was the First Commonwealth Bank for many years. Currently, it is something Solomon's Gym, I believe. Here is the building that was at the time the Economy Store. Also, there was a place that gave loans on the upper floors. It is currently Ioni's Pizza. It was Citizens National Bank of Vandergrift previously. If you can see that, there's a picture when it was the bank, and there's a note from that bank. They printed their own money at the time. Here we have Lafredo's store. It was on Lafayette, downtown. Or on 8th Street, I'm sorry. And it was just like a mom and pop grocery store. There were these literally on every corner, pretty much. The interior of Bryson and Lace Pool Hall. This was in the building with the where the Penn Grant Hotel was, in the bottom floors. We have some money bags from some of the banks here. Citizens National Bank, Union National Bank, Kiski Valley National Bank. Let's try a different view of that. That's hard to see. Vandergrift Federal Savings and Loan, Kiski Valley National Bank. These are all little banks. Over here we have a picture of John George as a young man, and then a picture of him in his truck as George's Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. And you can see the phone number was 81. The lady standing in the doorway is Rose Silware. Zoom in on her a little bit. One of the businesses that was here. Here we also have a number of items that were given as premiums from the different businesses, Dub Stutz, Jewelers, and Sporting Goods. Let's see the date, 1958. Here's a memo book from John Rutkowskis, Tailoring. Social Security benefits from the Heckman Funeral Home. It's a receipt pad from the Vandergrift Box Company. The Citizens National Bank passbook and envelope. A 1955 date book from W.A. McGarry and Company Insurance. Kiski Milling Company receipt pad from Frank Troop and Sons, Washington Avenue, Vandergrift. And a pair of license from Phillips, D.G. Phillips, Phillips and Andes, licensed optometrists. And back here we have a little magnifying glass letter opener from Dongai Lumber Company and a 1940s city directory. Now, we have a lot of things in here to show you. Here's probably about the original Rowley's store, right across the bridge there in North Vandergrift, currently unoccupied. At the time it was Wepton Rowley's. This is the Longfellow Hotel, currently Anthony's. When this picture was taken, probably in the 30s, 38 to 42. There was a barbershop and shoe store on the lower level. You can see that down here. And at one point, I believe there was an ice cream parlor in there as well. This is another picture of some downtown Vandergrift. This is Philip Schanberger. He resided on Franklin. It was taken on Washington facing Grant, where the present-day National City Bank is. In the background, you can see the Penn Grant Hotel. So Penn Grant's back here. And I believe this little prominent hill behind them is where the bank was later put in. Here's a delivery truck from Swartz Dry Cleaners, odorless cleaning. Here we see some matchbooks. You can see the variety of different places there were to eat and drink in the area. Tucker's Hotel, Dom's Barbecue, Sloan's Grill, DePetros Grill, Slovak Commercial Corporation. At the top, we have Arts Place, Duffy's, Longfellow Inn, Glass Lounge, Calderone's, Books, Shoes, Ruler. There's a button hook. I cannot make out who it's from, but a little portable one for when ladies wore high button shoes. Don Guy Tailors. Brinker's Studio, hairdresser. W.L. Houston, and back there in the back, there's a ruler. Franny Oldsmobile. Dunmire Furnishing Store, Cake Cutter. Vandergrift Ice Company, combination bottle opener and ice pick. Shutt Brothers Store, there's a nice old style fly swatter for you. The shell, the little shell trinket box is from Allison Dry Goods. Bank from Vandergrift Savings and Trust. That's a very old one. A little less old Vandergrift Savings and Trust Bank. Barberia, Barbershop in the Municipal Building, Joe Trenton and Bruno Rapoli. The barber sign, I believe, is still there at the Borough Building. It was in the basement as you come off of Washington Avenue. Brady's Funeral Home, Graham Insurance Agency, Starlight Hotel, Warris Hotel, Berry Society, Polka Hotel, American Club, Sons of Italy, George G. McMurtry Fireman's Club, Guthrie Chevrolet, Lithuanian Club, Ready Kilowatt, Longfellow Inn, Traversos, Holland Inn, Augustine's, Gary's GI Bar and Cootie Club, U.S. Steel, Louis Landau Clothing and Shoes, Nice little fan from Phillips Variety Store. Julian's Drugstore, some sort of a raffle ticket. There's a nice 1914 calendar from Armstrong Furniture and Undertaking. We have Miller's Market on Columbia, Vandergrift Pure Milk Company. The Sun Shoe Repair and Hat Cleaning Ruler. Here's another one of the little thermometer pictures from J.I. Allen Company, 1916. Robert Knoll, the lawyer, in the Beamer Building downtown. This is an early advertising page. It's very hard to read with the phone, I apologize. William Watson, Practical Plumber. Thomas Nicodemus, Real Estate and Fire Insurance. George Hunger, Lumber, Glass. Slate and Hardware, Brick, Stone, Lime, Sand and Cement, Paints, Oils, Sewer Pipe, Coal, Hay, and Feed. So he covered a lot of stuff there. Sanders Pharmacy. There's another little, in the back, a little thermometer display picture from Dongai Lumber Company. Ashtray back there from Dongai Lumber. Graham's Insurance, Goldstrom's Tire Service. Lighter from Art Weber, Fine Fashions. Vandergrift Savings and Trust Money Bag. Beal the Tailor, Pants Hanger. Fitzmartin Buick Key Carrier, Kunkel's Esso Service. Looks like a Vandergrift Motor Coach Company token there in the little paper right here, when they ran a bus through here. Farmer's Delight, you could put up the flag for what kind of dairy products you wanted delivered. Hyde Park Glove Company. Brady Lucart Funeral Home. Ralph Kuhn, the druggist. In the back we have Fox's Druggist. Sanders Pharmacy. Another pick from Vandergrift Ice Company. Busey's. Those were for the cover open bottles of pop. That was a furniture store. Down here we have a carpenter's apron from H.L. Yurdy Lumber Company. Keychain from Jeep Sitco Service. Kiski Beverages. Dean Phipps, you're invited to attend a sale. Rubens Calendar from 1982. Deck of cards. Phillips and Andy's has a little egg timer. Ross Grant Avenue Pharmacy ruler. Sugar Bowl Tavern and Four Tap Tavern combined for the 1977 calendar back there in the corner. Guthrie Chevrolet, little box. Milady Beauty Shop, hand fan. Devereaux Chevrolet, screwdriver. Witzel Electric screwdriver. Vandergrift Drug Company. Probably had pills in it. The little green boxer. Coleman Hardware Level, that would come in handy. There's a stick pin from, it looks like H.G. Phillips Company. Lucky Penny. A Good Luck coloring jar from the J.I. Allen Company. Nick's Shoe Service, Longfellow Street. Dunmeyer Furniture Store, little silent butler. Has the wave clips on there. Ash Shoe Company, complete with shoe. Dunmeyer Kerr Funeral Home and Johnny's Amico Service, ice scrapers. Harmon's Garage on Columbia Avenue has his key ring that's wrapped here in plastic in a little envelope. Crossan and Rarick clothing store. Bishop's Clothing. Kay's Music Company. Louis Landau, the tailor again with some pants hangers. Dr. O'Brien and Walters, the optometrists. And of course, not every place had advertising items. So a lot of the little mom and pop stores, we do not have any sort of advertising premiums for them. We're gonna go out in the hallway here. And we have a few more things out there to show you. Here's Lewis Grocery Store, 306 Emerson Street. And this is the corner of Lowell and Wallace, the Kespeller store on the left. So it would be over here, would be in the Kespeller store, probably underneath that balcony was the entrance. This looks like it was a wedding party. Check over here, here's some more items that are Vandergrift souvenirs. Souvenir Silver Jubilee of Vandergrift, the small glass right there. Souvenir of Vandergrift, this is called Ruby Flash glass. It was very popular and then like up through the 1910s and teens. Back in the back, the gold cup says Souvenir of Vandergrift. So there's a little pink one. None of these seem to be dated. But I know we have one that belonged to my great-grandmother, and it was dated 1916. This cup here is dated 1892. Has someone's name on it, but I can't read it. And we have a few more places to look at over here. We can have a few more items that belong to different businesses. Here's the Vandergrift Motorcycle Club, sponsored tourist trophy races on gravel bar in the 1940s. It's not a store, but it's still a group. Dominic Zanotti was a nationally ranked climber. Here's Dominic Zanotti with Bob Truscott and Chuck Graffius in the early 40s in front of Zanotti Motor Company, North Vandergrift. There's a little ad for the motorcycle races. Baptism at St. Gertrude's Church. This is Vandergrift Wagner Swimming Pool, which opened June the 8th, 1925. These are the lifeguards. This is the diving board, swimming, or the ladder. Here's Lincoln Avenue, North Vandergrift. As you can see, more little stores on the corner. Check out those cars. Here's a key fob and a menu from the Penn Grant Hotel. This lady was a waitress at the Penn Grant Hotel. And like I said, here's a picture of the Penn Grant Hotel when it was in operation. And as far as our collection goes, that's about all we have as far as items that are actually from a business here that was here in Vandergrift. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and we'll be back next week with something special. We'll be able to see the 1923 Aaron's Fox fire truck and see some items relating to the fire departments here in Vandergrift. Thank you. Goodbye.